The consistently high crime rate in Jamaica has been a worry for Jamaicans both at home and abroad. With our police officers dying in the line of duty and citizens of Jamaica being murdered every day, we're going to explore Jamaica's crime plan and the effectiveness of the states of emergency. Joining us via Zoom to do just that is consultant on security, Robert Finzi Smith. Good morning, Robert. I'll say Bobby.
Yeah, morning, Bobby.
Hey,
Well, go
go
on.
boss, man.
Everything all
Not
right?
bad. I go, hold on. You wait a little bit. Delia, my darling, how are you?
I am good, thank you.
Yes.
Bobby, one
Yes, sir.
of the things I've been saying is, first of all, why not an anti-crime plan as opposed to a crime plan? The crime plan sounds
You
reactive
you
to
might
me.
you might be very correct actually,
Yeah.
because so far we for quite some time we have not seen any semblance of a plan. Um, it's it's a difficult question to answer because I suppose the premise it start is like mathematics, which I never did like, by the way. You start with a wrong premise, you get a wrong answer.
What do you mean by a crime plan? We have the states of emergency. We have the SOES. Is not that in itself a plan?
I'm not certain. A plan would indicate uh, a course of action put forward to create a result over a period of time or over a short period of time. So far, I can't say a ZOZO and a state of emergency as a plan. It, those things were designed to be tools to effect a result based on an immediate problem. But as an ongoing situation to eradicate the problem, I'm not too certain we're there.
And this is what I meant, Bobby, by it seeming to be reactive instead of proactive.
Yes.
It's one of the challenges that we probably just don't have the resources, the 21st century tools and equipment that's necessary to respond to the types of crime that we're seeing now in Jamaica.
You're quite right, because first and foremost, if you look at it, our resources are stretched almost beyond breaking point. And old time people saying has been neglected in Jamaica for quite some time, and we should go back to it, where it said that familiarity will breed contempt. You have a set of soldiers and police on the ground constantly. After a while, people get used to them, and being Jamaicans, we plan our way around them. So there is no shock and awe. When I was on active duty, we used to have something called a flag march. You load up trucks of soldiers and drive through a given community, which would make people wake up and just see soldiers flowing through. And that was sufficient to keep people in line because, oh my God, soldiers. Now it's a case I ain't see them come here again.
Having said all that, give me some ideas.
Technology, proper use of technology. I'd love to know how far we have gotten with our DNA database. How have we managed to link crimes together by virtue of the ballistic evidence? Is it different guns? Is it the same gun in a different parish? It would help us to give some form of figure to how many illegal weapons there are on the ground.
That
So
sounds
each
like,
crime,
sorry to jump in, Bobby, but that sounds like it's after the fact. Like, in other words, so I shoot somebody, then you want to know where I get the gun from. But how you stop me from getting the gun in the first place? How
let me give you an analogy. Have you seen this ad on television? I think it's for an insurance company where two people get out of a vehicle to go jogging, and the wife turns around and said, "Master, the car!"
Yeah.
And you see the car running down the hill, and the man running after it.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that's where we are now. The car is running down the hill, and we can't plan how to make the car not run because it's already running. We have to find a way to catch up to the car, get into the car, and then see if you find the brakes. So the first thing we need is that everything has to be intelligence driven. And I mean that in both ways, not only information, but the way we use it.
Explain that.
I know that Neville Bell has a gun. I don't run down on Neville Bell immediately, and he has probably hidden it so well I can't find it. I observe him, and whilst doing so, I see if Neville keeps going to Dahlia's yard. So there's a distinct possibility Dahlia is involved. So I now start putting surveillance, electronic and otherwise, on Dahlia. And when I have sufficient linkages where I have completed the circle, I then move. You don't move in a reactionary way and get Neville and lose Dahlia and company.
Here.
Over the years, Bobby, we've also been pinpointing social issues, unemployment,
Yes.
as one of the reasons behind it. Some people say poverty, some people say no, not poverty. Are those also areas that have to receive focused attention in any anti-crime plan?
Well, I'm glad you said that. And I had said to your producer when she called me, you may not have wanted me on the program because I will open my mouth. And what comes out of it may not go down well with some people. I raise dogs, as you know. If I have a set of puppies and I keep them in too confined a space, at least one of them is going to start bullying the rest for more food and more space. All of this has come down to a case of the living conditions we have tolerated or in certain places created for our people. It goes right back to politicians, both sides of the country, because you have politicians who glorify the fact that I have 40 votes in that yard. What kind of living conditions can there be in that yard for 40 people of voting age to live there? It comes back to even this COVID crisis. You can't allow a set of people socially distance and tanner your yard, when if they tanner them yard, they are less than 2 feet from each other at any given time based on the confines. So when you have people living in a situation where literally dog eat dog, they are going to come across as dog-hearted in their response. So you have people running up and down with guns, shooting each other because them looking at food and them trying to make space.
Which leads me to my next question. I think they asked the question just a while ago in a different way. If there is one thing that you could tell us the reason for all this killing and foolishness going on in our country, can you put your finger on that one thing?
Back to back, belly to belly, don't give a damn. I've done that already. There's a lack of hope. There is an inequality in the society. I've said it over and over and over, and people sometimes they go over their heads because they don't want to hear what I'm saying. Jamaica is the largest remaining plantation on earth, undergoing the longest slave revolt in history. That is why you have people trying to bleach to reach. You have people who don't like themselves because of what they've been made to feel about themselves. And when you don't educate them otherwise, they are doomed because they don't think anything about killing another black man or woman because they don't like the fact of who they are.
I was watching a video, final question from me, Bobby. I saw these young men come out of a taxi and one of the youngsters had a gun long shot. Where are we getting these guns from?
Have you looked at our coastline?
So where are we
It's
getting?
it's almost indefensible.
So where they
We don't
coming
make
from?
them.
Where are they coming from?
In my opinion, they were coming out of Haiti traditionally and the United States. The other thing is most people don't realize that some time ago, Venezuela's army changed out its weaponry. And nobody seems to know where those weapons they changed went.
Wow. You know where they went?
I think you can run into some of them on the streets here.
Yeah, I think that goes back to some of what you're saying about ballistic information and so on.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have to go, Bobby, but if you had to leave two immediate things that you believe are critical that need to be addressed to deal with this crime issue, what would those two things be?
Start making Jamaicans feel like citizens. Treat them like citizens. Treat them with respect regardless of how they have been indoctrinated previously. If somebody feels good about themselves, they won't do anything to jeopardize that. Start treating them like people. Don't feed them political crap because you need a vote next election. Actually make them feel good about themselves. Secondly, look around and try and find out what's the easiest way to make our people educated. Final point. If you're a Jamaican, in my mind, you're supposed to be entitled to three basic things: a roof over your head, food in your belly, and unfettered access to education, regardless of your address.
Yeah, Bobby, I rate you. I know you for a long time, and you're my friend, and I rate you. And I hear what you're saying. I agree with probably everything you said, but you can't be the only smart man in the country. We have politicians.
I don't think so. But
Yeah,
there's a question.
so my point
Who
is
is benefiting from this happening?
No, my point is, are you suggesting that the ministers of, what do you call them, who in charge of crime and stuff, they don't know what you are saying? They don't think that maybe if they try some of these things, are you suggesting Minister of National Security is what I want? They don't know all of this?
Actually, it's unfortunate you asked that question because it answers itself, and the answer is frightening.
Answer it.
Maybe somebody has done a mathematical equation that says if I can just keep the lid as far as I can onto the jar of this boiling cauldron for just a little longer, I'll be dead and gone. It'll be somebody else's problem. In the meantime, I make sure my children set up.
Wow.
No.
You wrote something when you were at Kingston College. You want to share some of that with me? I hate to bring up KC, but you're my friends.
No, it's okay. As I keep telling you people, the best thing to have come out of George is this Casey.
Share it with me.
When I was in fifth form upstairs in a maths class that I couldn't bother, I was at the back of the form and it was raining. And I looked across to the thing on George's side, the cathedral. And there was everybody running out of the rain, and there's this man, I suppose you'd call him a madman, standing there looking up in the sky. And it came to me. There's a youth man on the corner, eyes are filled with pain, trying to wash the hurt away by standing in the rain. He just come out of jail that day for something he didn't do. But people don't care all the same. He's not one of the privileged few. Now we have too many youth men on the corner.
Yeah. Share one more thing with you. I agree with you. There are two outstanding institutions on North Street, St. George's College and the Gleaner Company. All right?
And both of them may soon go into receivership.
Later,
We better end this interview before it goes any further downhill.
I'm a friend, man. Later, Bobby. Good to see you, and thanks so much for sharing that with us this morning.
Take care. Everybody stay safe.
Yeah, man. Robert Finzi-Smith, consultant on security, and my good Kingston College friend.
Oh boy. Up next, Hot Daddy Alert. Woo-hoo. We're going to find out why women find dads so attractive.
We don't have news first.
We soon come.
You know news? Yeah.